Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Fallout 4 Nono Ninja run. This is episode 26. After episode 25, I did go ahead and run back to Fizztop Mountain. Got 7 hours of sleep. That's why it's nighttime now, which is great for me. Also was able to upgrade my army fatigues. So you can see that they went up from 90 and 90 to 110 and 110. The Fedora is still at Mark 4, so it's 90 and 90. If you're able to get both of those, obviously having another 40, it doesn't hurt. It's at this point it's not a big deal, but you know it's just nice to be able to get that. I've got 4 more ballistic fiber, so I just need to kind of find another 8 ballistic fiber, and I can finish that off, and then I won't need to look for ballistic fiber at all anymore. I was also able to, I did have to do some scrounging for some rubber and some fiberglass, but I was able to get my, well, that's not the right one, my powered synth right arm set to an ultralight build. So I ditched the Sentinel and moved over to that. So we've got a lot of good things going for us. You can see my my armor is very high now for someone who's not wearing power armor. And then after I did that, I cooked a whole bunch of meat I had been collecting. I had still had all of that gator claw meat. So I've got 30 gator claw steaks now. That should be plenty. In fact, I'm going to eat one right now. I'm not hungry, but the additional agility will help me in star control. And by cooking all that meat, I did level up. So we'll see what level 41 brings us. I believe level 42 will be, Big Leagues 5, which will be very nice. I could take Sneak 5, but honestly, all it does is make it so that if you're running and then you engage Sneak, you do a little stealth boy type effect for a second, which helps enemies lose you if they're far away. Not super useful, so I'm not going to worry about that. I think what I'm going to do now is we're just going to bump strength up to 10. Oh wait, you know what? I think instead of that, Ghoulish. I need to get Ghoulish moving up, but yeah, no, we'll do strength. Get that maxed out. When I'm finally done with Nuka World, probably one of the first things I'll do is to head over to the Mass Fusion building and get the strength bobblehead to get my natural strength up to 11, and then whatever bonuses I can apply to it. Now, we've got some work to do here in the Galaxy Zone, or Galactic Zone, or whatever it's called. This is the part that scares me. Turrets like that will probably kill me in 4 or 5 hits, and they shoot really fast. Also, there's a what's called a Nukatron Defender or something around the corner that uses explosive rounds, also very dangerous. The iBots, also very dangerous. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to burn a stealth boy right now, and we're going to make our way up to star control and hope that nothing gets close enough to spot us, and if so, that it doesn't spot us well enough to take a shot. Okay, go ahead and go to the right there, or the left, either way, just okay. Yeah, you see there's just a ton of these iBots around. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Oh, just in time, the stealth boy just wore off. Okay, so now we have 5 star cores. We can install them quick, and then we can come over to the mainframe and kind of get, just one is enough to get initialize emergency operations mode, and so they have one just sitting there, and then you can get in here and do this deal where you view the star core network, which will tell you here's where you need to go look for the rest of the star cores. But the big thing is, now that I have 5, I can do selective shutdown 1, which If I could, I would do turrets in a heartbeat, but you can't do that until Selective Shutdown 2. So for now, I will do the iBot firmware. And now all those iBots, they're still going to be moving around and stuff, but they are not hostile to me, and they'll just stay in one place. So that's kind of nice. Now I'm going to move up to the top floor here. There's a star core in the top of that office, behind in a glass case that I can't pick the lock to, but I can pick this lock. First, we should probably take care of the Mr. Frothy. And there's another one around the corner right here. Okay. Now I can pick this lock right here. In there is the office manager's key, and that will open the display case, as well as get me into kind of the backstage area, which I'll need because there's another star core back there. There we go. There's a huge pile of Nuka-Cade tickets, but again, I'm not going to mess around with that really at all, so we'll just ignore it. Open up the display case with the key, grab the star core. You can grab a mini nuke if you want to, have one of those if you're a heavy weapons user. I'm just going to grab these Nuka-Colas. Those turrets are not active, which is nice. The other nice thing is I can get a little bit of experience off of those iBots. They just sit there, and you can one-shot them. You can one-shot them anyways, but usually they're shooting back at you and such. So yeah, when they're kind of in your way, you just decide to smack them. Now, I am going to just kind of try and drop down here. I'm going to be really close to the, I think they're called Galactrons, not Protectrons, but same general principle, just with a different paint job. Oh, that one's actually... So there's one in there, and then there's also one in there. Thankfully, neither is legendary. I know that sounds weird to say, but legendary robots explode once they're killed, which of course means you have to, as a melee user, stab it and run like crazy to not get caught in the blast. So in tight quarters like this, I don't like having to worry about that. So it was nice to have that neither of them. Often one is legendary. In this case, neither one was. Get a little pulse mine action. Check out the footlocker. And then the next thing I'm going to be able to get is there's a scav magazine right here, issue number 1. This one just increases your speech challenge success chance. If there's any speech challenges that I really need to pass, I'm going to be using Great Mentats and a full suit of charisma gear anyways. So not too useful, but it is kind of handy if I don't feel like using a Great Mentat, but do have a speech challenge that isn't super critical. Another star core gained there, and then we can move around to the side over here. Now the next area I'm going to go to is a little bit dangerous, mainly because I need to get past some turrets. I think rather than worry about what should I do? Yeah, oh, there's 2 of them. You know what? Let's just see what we can do. 1 down, 2 down, and I'm not anywhere that the turrets can see me, and they aren't even aware. Oh, something's aware. Okay, just gonna throw a grenade and then run. Okay, we took out 1 turret. That's great, and now that Mr. Frothy will, in theory, follow us around here. He might hit us with a little bit of radiation mist, but that's really not much of a problem for me at this point. I'm more concerned about those turrets. There's 2 there. My grenade took out 1. And yeah, I took out the close one, so that's nice. So I can just throw another one over there, and it should take out the second. There we go. And oh, my grenade also took out the Mr. Frothy. I did not realize that. So that worked out very well. One of those turrets is the one that has just annihilated me in the past. I underestimated it. So that's why I was so skittish about it. Now we can go in. This is the Vault Tech Journey to the Stars or something. Yeah, Among the Stars. This is the back door, or actually it's the exit. So in theory you would be going up to the top first and entering from the front, and then you'd end up down here when you were done with the ride. Right there is where you would exit. This is kind of like in Fallout 3. There's a museum that had a Vault Tech exhibit. This is kind of more like it's treated like a ride. There's robots that do animatronics and such inside. The story of this is that this is a Vault Tech vault that will be on another planet eventually. And knowing what we know about Vault Tech, I just can't imagine what sort of terrible experiments they would do to people on another planet. But now I grabbed that key from the front desk. That gets me in here. I think it's the same key as this one, but I just grab it anyways. Then in here on a towel, there's the observation lab key. So the observation lab is kind of just a little ways through there. Ideally what I'm trying to get to is here, but I don't have a key for it, but there is one, handily enough, in the observation lab. So these robots haven't activated yet, so I can take care of them. Now once I step in here, this whole area will activate, and that'll activate that robot, but I don't have to worry about it. It also activates a thing that kind of distorts your vision for a second, which is a little bit annoying. And this is the observation lab. And so what Vault Tech was actually doing with this ride is, as people were walking through, they were hitting them with some form of mist or whatever to see what it did to people as they were walking through the theme park, because Vault Tech are a bunch of jerks. So that key that I just grabbed will get me into the next area that I want, which is this control room, or whatever you want to call it, over here. And in here are 3 star cores, which is just great. So you see I was able to get 4 star cores in here with very minimal effort. Now if I was doing the full quest to try and get every single star core, there are 2 more in here that are much more difficult to get, especially as a melee user, especially without turrets disarmed. But grabbing 4, and the one that I got from back behind Star Control, that's another 5. That'll let me turn off turrets, and that's going to be a big deal. And I've already dealt with everything between me and Star Control, so I can just easily get out there. I am going to stay sneaking because there are some turrets, and there's a couple Mr. Frothies up there and that sort of thing. I don't think it's anything that would actually be able to get a decent shot at me, but I'd rather just stay hidden. So we'll install these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And let's turn off some turrets. Selective shutdown 2. Turrets. Now we can kind of move around a lot more freely, only having to deal with robots. The scariest things that are left that I will be dealing with are Nukatron defenders, the ones that shoot the explosive. I think it's actually like it's almost like they're shooting Nuka grenades, which you really want to try and avoid. So we'll just take out. Ooh, that's a legendary, which is nice because since he's behind that thing, I'm already just about far enough away as it is. But unfortunately, that did activate that Nukatron defender, and I really need him to not be aware of where I am, and definitely not start blind firing, because he'll catch me in the radius of the explosions and do a ton of damage. Taking rads from the explosion, thank you. And there's one Mr. Frothy right there. He's usually in that booth right there, but he also was kind of woken up by the explosion. let's see what that legendary had. Hunters, synth, left leg. Yeah, I don't have much need for hunters, to the point that even if I didn't have something better, left leg, which I do, I would have something I know that's shadowed over there, and synth, you can't do shadowed, so I wouldn't even take it. Now in here, there are 4 star cores. I'm only going to be going after 3 because the 4th one is behind a sentry bot, and I have no interest in getting anywhere near that. This one can be a little bit of a tricky situation because there's turrets in places that you will want to get the star cores out of, but now the turrets are deactivated. They're not an issue for me. Now one dead Galactron and another one coming out. That's fine. Just take him out. Grab some grenades. And a star core. And actually I'm going to grab that pulse mine too. It might come in handy. We'll take the elevator back down. And go across and down this hallway into the kind of the snack bar area. And there'll be a Mr. Frothy in here for sure, possibly one of the waiters. And then there's 2 turrets, but thankfully don't have to deal with that. And you can see the gas kind of, at least, yeah, there you can kind of see it. Oh, 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 hello. Glad I didn't let him get a shot off. With that gas, his laser would have ignited that and done a serious amount of damage to me. The key for that door is right over here. Unlock. Star core. Ice Cold Nuka Cola Victory. That's pretty nice. That does some good healing. And out we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and start crafting a little bit here. Nuka Berry is one of the uses for Nuka Grape, and Nuka Extreme is another. I think I will... Nuka Elixir is probably the most important. I'll do the Nuka Extreme. Nuka Rush is pretty good. Nuka Twin. Nuka Fancy. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Do the Nuka Free. And the Nuka Twin. And there we go. We've crafted a bunch of different Nuka Cola flavors that give me a variety of different benefits. But also we've kind of consolidated our Nuka Cola inventory, which is going to free up a little bit of weight, which is nice. Now down the other hallway in the restrooms is where one of the settlers is with a star core. I just need to get down, take out that Mr. Frothy without the sentry bot noticing me, and then there's a Galactron Usher in here. Take him out. Why am I in caution? I don't like that. Okay, we got the star cores. Gently ease on. Oh, it's that. Okay. Not something I'm concerned about. We'll just run out. And there we go. We're at 13 out of the 20 star cores that we need. There's a few kind of just littered around the exterior. And then I'll probably go to the Robco Battle Zone, which is where they have robot fighting. I'm not going to activate any of the robot fighting because to do so means I have to get in there and fight the robots, which I don't want to do. But now it's pretty safe for me to just go out this way. There is a Mr. Frothy across the road there, but the turrets and the iBots that are also, there is that Nukatron defender also over there, but he's far enough away, I don't have to worry. So we just got to deal with this Mr. Frothy over here. And just to get... Oh, hey, look at that, a level up. And now we've got Big Leagues 5. Double damage with the melee weapon, chance to cripple, and a possibility of just, whether you would kill them or not, just instantly killing them by knocking their head off. So let's see where our disciples, This is with very little adrenaline. Just 20%. Subliminal suggestions. I've never seen that before. Huh. I'm not sure where that comes from. Oh well, we'll figure that out later. This is important to remember, just so that I don't think that I've got 13 charisma with great mentats and everything and end up with only 12. Even with 12, it'd be pretty unlikely I would fail any of the speech checks, but still, yeah, that's a little troublesome. I'm not sure where that comes from. Nukatron Defender. Thankfully was able to take him out before. Okay. That's just one of the Galactrons spotting me. They're up in that thing, which I'm going to need to take those out anyways, but there's a Nukatron around the corner, and I've seen it happen where the Galactron, being aware of me, has made the Nukatron aware of me, and then he starts just lobbing Nuka grenade type things at me, and obviously want to avoid that. Now that I'm back into hidden, they shouldn't be able to see me all that well, although they do have pretty good perception. But Protectron Guardian, I think the Nukatron is over there. Let's see. Since I'm in the shadows, I should be. This is risky, going out in the moonlight here. Okay, I think that was not what I thought it was. Okay, the Nukatron is over there. We'll see if I can get close enough to him to... Very good. Okay. Yeah. A couple Eyebots. Let's get rid of those, and I want to get... Hopefully... Oh, I teleported. No. Look out. Get in there. Oh, ouch. 250 rads instantly, but it could have been worse. I could have been closer and taken more damage. 1 star core there. Poisoner's Resin Synth right arm. Again, I just got powered synth. Poisoner's is pretty much garbage for me. You can hear the gunfire and something exploding over on the side. That's that same spot where I saw a bunch of disciples get killed by super mutants. And yeah, like I said, there's anytime you kind of return to that area, there's going to be some sort of fight going on. Okay, he's not legendary, so that's good. Just going to continue up to the top. I should be relatively safe now, but so I believe that was star core number 14, and this one will be 15. So we'll just keep on going up this tower. This is one of those rides that you fall down really fast. I forget the name of it here, but I have no interest in. You can actually ride it down, but I've had an occasion where, for whatever reason, I think maybe because I moved wrong or something, it continued to bounce up and down, but I stayed still, and so every bounce did damage to me, and it almost killed me. So yeah, I don't want to deal with that. So we're just going to kind of come down here, head back into Star Control, because I believe I have 5 star cores on my person, which means I can make one more thing, one more type of robot no longer a threat. And in this case, I actually turn them into my ally. I get limited control over them, which means they'll help me while I'm nearby, but they won't follow me around or anything. And I'm going to do the Assaultron firmware. There's 2 Assaultrons right outside the Robco battle zone, and there's a bunch of Protectrons and that sort of thing near them, some Mr. Frothies and such, that I just want the Assaultrons to just deal with for me, and this way they will. So we'll head over to the Robco battle zone. think if I go this way I can just kind of hop over this and down. Is that right? Yeah, there's a Mr. Frothy right there. If I'd gone the long way around, the Assaultrons would have dealt with him, but the other reason I grabbed these Assaultrons is they stand up and prepare to fight when you get near them, but as you can see, I can't blitz at them because they're elevated. So I have to wait for them to get down to attack them, and that's just a pain. So here I'm able to just let them do my dirty work. So it looks like the one that charged in there died, and are you gonna do anything? Why don't you jump down there? They know that the other one is here, but they're not able to see where. Yeah, he did a number on that guy. Let's see, I need 5 more, so yeah, let's throw some pulse grenades at him. But let's do it from a spot where he can't really shoot back. That took out a turret that was in there, which I didn't really need to take out.
Nuka World Great Halloween Spooktacular will begin next week. Reserve your tickets for this nighttime event at the main box office. Continuing the search for...
It's a tough one, I'll give him that. Plus my grenades aren't hitting him full on. That one will. There we go. Okay, now a great source of cork. We've got a bunch of baseballs here because this is one of those carnival games where you try to throw the baseballs into the right place. There's a bunch more over here, but they've kind of been scattered by my grenades, and you can't jump up in here as far as I know to grab them off the floor in there, but thankfully my grenades blew most of them this way instead of the other way. And now there's one more star core that I'm going to grab outside of the battle zone, right here. This one's pretty dangerous if you haven't turned the turrets off. I think you can get to it without them arming, if you just don't go in too far, but I generally just wait until I've got turrets disarmed completely. So now we need 4 more star cores, and I can get 4 more within the Robco battle zone. There's a couple more Assaultrons in here, and they'll help me, which is nice, because, like, for instance, this Galactron is an enemy, and you can just walk up to these, they're just display units, and just stab them for some easy XP. You can even do it to this Assaultron, which is 400 experience with Idiot Savant. Yeah, it's worth it to just walk up and stab them. Doesn't take very long. Now you can hear the Galactrons talking about hostile target detected and all that. They are seeing the Novatrons. They're not aware of my presence. So I'm gonna go upstairs first. There's a little office up above, behind a novice locked door. That's no problem.
Got it.
I'll zip up here, and I believe there's 2 star cores in here. Now the Assaultron and other robots are fighting. So yeah, 2 star cores up here. There's multiple Galactrons, unfortunately, so my friend the Assaultron is unlikely to win. Yeah, you can hear that one says fugitive evaded capture, the other one says law and order has been restored. Either way, I'm going to have to take out what's left of them. And with none of them being legendaries, it won't be too terribly dangerous. Oh, hello. For a second there, I glanced down at my health bar when I saw that I got hit, and I thought, wow, I took a huge hit. Before I remembered that, oh yeah, I have a whole lot of radiation damage. Which is fine. Another Nuka grape right there. The Nuka Ray recipe. I don't remember what Nuka Ray does, but... And another star core. So now we just need one more star core. And to get that one, I'm going to need to go backstage. And here's where, you can see, like, they kind of mess with you. You're like, oh, there's 2 star cores right there. The moment you walk through there, the doors seal shut. You can't get out. And it starts having robot wars where there's a whole bunch of Galactrons, some Assaultrons come out, a Sentry bot comes out, and you're kind of stuck in there, and you can either help and kill everything, or kind of try and hide and let things kill each other. I'm not going to go in there. I only need one more star core, and I can get it down here. I'm a little worried. I don't think he will awaken if I don't do anything to wake him up. Okay, and we're good. So we got 4 inside the battle zone, we got the 1 outside, so we're all done. We just need to put these remaining star cores into star control and plant a flag. So we'll just make our way up and around. Shouldn't be anything hostile to me because these turrets are deactivated, and there shouldn't be anything else between me and... Oh, that was not smart to jump off of there. I should have just run off the edge and I wouldn't have taken damage. But it was just a minor hit, so... Alright, where can we install? Any more there? No. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. We can start this up. Turn off defensive mode. And yeah, I will go ahead and plant the flag for the disciples, giving them control over this whole area. And then we'll go talk to Porter Gage and move on to the next phase of the Nuka World quests. But that will be in the next episode. I appreciate you watching this one, and I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.